what is like the hardest Pokemon game out there? I immediately thought of Emerald Kaizo, but personally I don't think I'm ready for that just yet. So then I figured that in order to ease my way into those type of games, I would start with vanilla Pokemon games. The road for vanilla Pokemon games when it comes to hardness, difficulty, I guess, I'd say the easiest game is FireRed, then goes Emerald, then Heart Gold, then Platinum, then Black 2, and then Ultra Sun. I feel like if anyone sees this, they will agree with me when it comes to those difficulties, I think. So for the near future, apart from other fun challenge videos, this is what I will be working on. So after completing those Pokemon games, I will get into ROM hacks like Pokemon Renegade Platinum, Volt White 2 and Blaze Black 2, Radical Red, and then a few others. After completing those games, I would end with the monster that is Pokemon Emerald Kaizo. Let's begin with the rules. It will have the typical rules of a Hardcore Nuzlocke. I will be adding one extra rule. So, pretty much, after beating a game, the team and 2 extra Pokemon can be transferred over onto the next game. Also, when being transferred over, they be level 5 Pokemon and be at their first stage if they are multi-stage Pokemon. But if they are single stage, then I wouldn't be able to use them until later on in the game. Now this is all said and done, let's go into our first challenge, Pokemon FireRed. Alrighty, so the early game is honestly pretty easy. We picked Bulbasaur because it's objectively the best starter for Kanto. We got lucky with the rival fight and didn't get critted or anything, and we just had the better stats. We were able to beat the Charmander. After doing all of that Oak stuff, we go into our encounters, which the first one is a Pidgey, then in Route 22 a Rattata, then in Route 2 a Weedle, and lastly in Viridian Forest a Caterpie. With that, we were able to grind and then go into Brock. Brock was actually, if I were to say hard, everybody would be confused honestly, because having a grass type that knows a grass type move just kind of one-shots, first of all, the Geodude, and then the Onix is also quad weak to grass, so that was also pretty easy. It was able to outspeed us, but it doesn't really matter because we also get a crit. So yeah, we were able to beat Brock and then go into catching a Spearow, but actually that's not the case because I killed the Spearow. Then we get the Magikarp, get a Zubat in the cave, and from there we went on to fight Misty. So before fighting Misty, we actually go to Route 10 to catch, I think it's Route 10 if I remember correctly. We go and catch the Spearow that we missed before fighting Misty. Even that, we go and fight our rival. So I started with Cholo and I thought we'd be fine, but I guess not. It was surprising the amount of damage that he did. So we go into Lily, just kind of quick attack till it dies. Then he brings out his own Rattata, so I just kind of gust, and I'm kind of surprised by the amount of damage we did. Next up is his Charmander, so we just kind of switch into Gilla and just kind of bite him to death. There's nothing much he can do. And lastly is a Zabra, which we just OHKO with Bite. After that, we go into Above the Bridge, catch the Oddish, and then go on to fight Misty after pretty much leveling everybody up. But this Misty fight, you'll see how strong Gyarados is, because it's insane how much damage, one, how much damage it can do, and two, how much damage it can take. Alright, so pretty much we're just gonna spam Bite. We also get lucky with a few flinches, so it makes the fight extremely easy. Yeah, no, so Bite, I don't know, Gyarados is just, it's always been weird when it comes to the FireRed, the Kanto games, because they give you Gyarados so early on, and it's a fully evolved Pokemon that can rival a lot of strong Pokemon, which I've always thought it was weird. But yeah, no, so we beat him. So after beating Misty, we go south and catch a Meowth. Then we go fight the rival in the SSN. Honestly, this rival fight is kind of easy. We just press Gust and Quick Attack with Lily to beat the Pidgeotto. Then after that, the Raticate comes up, which I'm actually kind of afraid of, which is why it took so long to actually press a move. We do Sand Attack just to make sure, like, maybe it would miss Hyper Fang or something like that. But that plus Intimidate from Killa, it was able to just deal with that, thankfully. And that's the biggest threat. The Kadabra isn't really going to do that much damage. At least that's the way that I saw it. Then we switch out to Billy because, you know, got disabled. Twin Needle just kind of one-shots it, which, to my surprise, I didn't know that would happen. But yeah, no. After that, we just switched back to Killa to deal with the Charmeleon because it was able to do absolutely no damage. Then comes the Lieutenant Surge. Honestly, like, this team did good. We first up opened with El Cuco, and El Cuco was able to just Magnitude 7, so that was pretty lucky. Next up is the Pikachu. The Pikachu, we got unlucky here and only get a Magnitude 4. So we put him to have health. Then the Pikachu goes for Double Team, which then I started to get kind of worried because I know, like, how annoying things can get. And it does actually crit us, but we get a Magnitude 7, but it misses. So I was like, oh, spooky, 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 spooky. So then I do the really risky play of going into Butterdog and trying to Whirlwind. Pikachu does go for a Shockwave here, but I'm surprised the amount of damage it, like, tanked like a fucking beast. So we go to El Cholo and just kind of dig. We got lucky there with the not being paralyzed, but then a Quick Attack is able to deal with that. Then we go into Bobby because I knew Bobby would be fine. One thing that I wasn't aware of is the amount of damage Razor Leaf does, which is why I'm doing Leech Seed and Poison Powder. It was able to get it into use the Super Potion, but we just kind of one-shot it. So that was pretty cool. So in Rock Tunnel is basically when the first death happens. Cholo dies to a trainer. I should have healed, but hey. I also forget to record a lot of the deaths because I'm not recording all the time, which I'll try to make it better. I don't know. Also, I just kind of stopped, like, yeah, as you can see, like, there are more Pokemon that I caught. For example, so I don't know if I talked about the Ekans or the Machop. So yeah, there's that. But it was kind of fitting how my Raticate died right before Pokemon Tower. Which, yeah, our team is starting to look... Well, now we have more Pokemon to add into the team, like, from the box to the team. Alright, so here in the Pokemon Tower, we're gonna start off, well, first of all, mourning El Cholo dying, and then secondly, fighting him. Yeah, I think, did we kill his Raticate? I never really understood. But anyways, we're just gonna start with Big Boomba, and we're just gonna press Spark on him. Well, yeah, Spark does, like, the majority of his health, and Sand Attack does lower accuracy, which is kind of annoying. One Quick Attack is able to do some big damage for us, actually, but then the second Spark ends up killing him. Alright, so next up is the Gyarados, which, honestly, I was a bit, like, afraid. Thankfully, we're able to hit the Spark. I was afraid that we would miss. And thankfully the Spark also paralyzes him just in case, like, we miss the next one. But the Thrash leaves us at 3 HP. So I said, alright, screw it. And we're just gonna go into Killa because, again, Gyarados is broken. So that's great. Next up, we just press Bite. Bite is not gonna do that much damage, but it is able to flinch him. So now he has to go through a flinch and a para, so he's not... The chances of him attacking us are very low. After that comes Execute, so we're just gonna go into Fella. And fella should be able to just deal with him. But the only issue is that he sets up reflect, and I think also what's it called? The other type of, not barrier. I don't know. But anyways, so because he set up a reflect, we just use pursuit because it's gonna do more damage. Thankfully, it avoided the hypnosis last turn, but a confusion does hit us for negligible damage. That's a big word right there. Then comes up the Kadabra. The Kadabra is kind of scary because it still has reflect up. But kinesis, it uses kinesis instead of actually attacking us, so it doesn't really matter. So I just guarantee it with Aerial Ace, because Aerial Ace can't miss. And lastly should be his Charizard. Oh wait, no, it's a Charmeleon, my bad. So because of that, we just actually stay in, going for the Aerial Ace. The Aerial Ace should do just some decent damage. And yeah, so fella should just spam Aerial Ace till it dies. Because it's no longer, it's not a, oh. So I switch, actually. Which is actually great. Even though I never thought it would outspeed us, but actually it made it so Kuko almost died. So we just go into Killa to guarantee it. I could have just killed it, aerial acing it, but I was afraid there was a speed tie between us. So I didn't really do it, you know what I mean? So anyways, a bite is able to deal with the Charmeleon. Alright, so after dealing with our rival, I go to the left, get Growlithe, and then after some gambling we get Dratini. That's how the box looked, and then we go straight to fighting Erica. Honestly, like, Erica is... First of all, she only has 3 Pokemon, half of them are poison type, so yeah, it's so we only really need 1 Pokemon, which is Golbat. Golbat, the good thing about Golbat is that 1, his flying type makes it resistant to all of the grass type moves. His poison type also makes him resistant to grass type moves, but also resistant to poison type moves, which is basically the only other way that they're able to really damage people. And apart from that, like, the movesets that they have are pretty shit. So yeah, lastly is the Vileplume. The Acid, yeah, it did absolutely no damage. It's insane how strong. I don't know why I didn't use Golbat, and I don't think even later on I use him, but yeah, that was Erica. Alrighty, so after beating Erica and dealing with all the rocket grunts, we have to fight Giovanni. Wait, is this the first time fighting Giovanni? Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Alright, so for the team, I want something that wouldn't actually, like, I wouldn't mind dying. So that's why I have these Pokemon. So yeah. So we sent out Graveler. A Magnitude does good damage. Onyx for some reason goes for Construct. Harden was actually a decent move, but I think Magnitude 7 kills here. Yeah, it does. So that was pretty nice. And then comes out the Kangaskhan, another reason why Dwayne was really good, but we choose to switch into 9 Punch. Alright. That was totally, I knew that would happen. Okay, the Tail Whip is kind of scary, but I think it's a 2-shot. Yeah, it's a 2-shot. Sorry for my cough. But yeah, okay, that was pretty easy. And then lastly, it should be what? Rhyhorn. The Rhyhorn is, we switch back to Dwayne. Alright, perfect. And then that would be a pretty, oh, it even misses. I also have, like, self-destruct, because as a just in case scenario, but we didn't really need it. Alrighty, so after dealing with the Pokeflute thing, we get it. And then we go and catch the Snorlax. And it's honestly an insanely good Pokemon in Gen 1. Well, I guess Gen 1, but in this is technically a Gen 3 game. But you know what I mean. Anyhow, so first up is Pidgeot. We go into a Shockwave because I think it'll do big damage. It does have Quick Attack, which actually did some decent damage. It's a 3-shot from our Shockwave, but that crit made it so it's not really possible for us to stay one more turn. Even if we wanted to, unless we could have actually, maybe I could have sacked it into a clean switch in, and then we wouldn't have taken that crit. Ooh. Okay, so we do get a crit back, but didn't really matter much, honestly. Next up, it is indeed the Execute. The Execute does miss the Sunspore, so we're able to fly freely. So the fly doesn't actually OHKO it, which kind of disappointed that it didn't, because we're kind of a fully evolved Mon, and an Execute is whatever. Anyways, we take we're able to tank a Confusion pretty well, and then we kill it with a Quick Attack. Anyways, next up is indeed the Alakazam. We go into Big Man, which is our certified Alakazam killer, because this special defense, actually I don't know if it's the special defense or the HP that makes Snorlax so good. It does set up a future sight, which kind of puts me on edge, because I thought it was the base 120 future sight, but in this gen it's like base 90 or something like that. So because of that, it does force me to stay in. We body slam, but we get the paralysis, so now the snore or the yawn didn't actually work. Anyways, sorry about that. So because of that, we just go into draw because it goes for Dragon Rage, so it almost killed us. Forces us to get rid of Drum. Another Dragon Rage puts us much lower than I would have wanted to. It's just spamming Dragon Rage now. Thankfully the paralysis is making it slower. And then we go into Tiny. So with Tiny, it's a bit unfortunate. It's a bit unfortunate because one, we get burned. So knowing that, I should have just switched, because I knew I was dead either way. Like, the crit didn't really matter. So because of that, we lost our it was a soon to be Dragonite, which is kind of sad. I kind of wanted to always have like a pseudo legend in like the teams, but hey, it is what it is. We get it real close and decide to sack 9 Punch, because now we need to Quick Attack into Lily. Honestly, it was kind of risky for me to do that, now looking back at it, because like I was paralyzed. But yeah, whatever. Next up is the Giovanni in Silphsco. Also, this is like 10 times easier than the rival fight, because one, I just spam Psychic against the Nidos, and then Sky Uppercut the Kangaskhan into Oblivion, then do something stupid and press Ice Punch on it, and it doesn't kill, so I decide to risk it for some reason. And then lastly is indeed the Rhyhorn, which we can just surf and it dies. Surf is kind of strong, kind of broken, you could say that. Yeah, I need to change that. I need to cut it a little bit. I give you my heart, girl, but you gotta promise, prométeme, mami. Promise you hold me, oh touch me, love me. Anyway, so yeah, Billy died, or Jerry died. Billy, Jerry, I don't. Damn, I'm kinda sad, I don't remember. Anyways, so now we go against Sabrina. Sabrina is going to be soloed by Snorlax, is all I'm gonna say. I'm sure people know that Snorlax just kinda counters all of her team because he's just too tanky. Tanks are indeed a fun class. Anyways, so this Mr. Mime actually had a chance to be good. So I body slam and it buried, like, because it's faster than me. So it baton passes and I'm like, ooh, scary, but it decides to baton pass into a Venomoth and not the ace. So because of that, it didn't really matter. Because, like, imagine, like, a baton passes into the Alakazam Calm Minds. Boom. I'm able to do big, the Alakazam would be able to do big damage, right? And then boom, done deal. Anyways, so we kill the Venomoth after some time. We snap out of confusion and just kind of body slam it. And then the Mr. Mime dies. And then last but not least is indeed the ace, the Alakazam. The Alakazam is frail as fuck, so yeah, we're gonna take, it decides to go for a Calm Mind. So because of that, it dies without attacking. Do I feel bad? No. Does Game Freak need to do better when it, actually, no, it was Gen 3, so I'm not gonna, you know, beat the dead horse. That is, anyways, so Koga's next. Koga is pretty easy. Actually, it's kind of easy. It's just a very cheesy strategy that I did. So I go into Leech Seed, and after that, it comes a strategy. The Leech Seed part isn't really part of the strategy. So I was looking at his team and then realized, yo, all this guy has are normal and ghost type moves, normal and poison type moves, right? So I'm like, oh, this is free love, right? Because, like, if I just use the one ghost type that is in this region, I'm able to just curse it or Hypnosis and Dream Eater. So because of that, this is generally like one of the easiest fights that I've done. Yeah, I'm kind of glad that, like, this challenge is kind of over with, because it's just a lot of, like, looking back at it now, I should have, like, started with a harder game, because I just kind of ran through it. Also, the fact that it doesn't have a full restore makes it so I'm able to heal all of my health. So that's pretty nice for me. Anyways, so yeah, no, I think I should have started with a harder game, but I do like the whole moving Pokemon from each previous game into the next one. Cause maybe imagine like one of my team members from this gen is able to, like, I'll probably also only do that like rule until like the end of the vanilla games. When it comes to like the ROMs, I won't do that. Anyways, yeah, so even with minimize, it doesn't matter because we are just better. That is just the way it is. Sorry, no sorry. You know what I mean? So yeah, yeah, cause like imagine, like maybe like imagine my Bulbasaur is able to go from all the way Gen 1 to all the way to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Like, it'll be useless in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but imagine that. That'd be pretty cool. And like me using it, I don't know. Anyways, so we beat Koga. This is the box this is the team. We're gonna switch Poliwhirl for Kabutops, but it doesn't really matter because he won't be used. Anyways, so next up is Blaine. Blaine, the fiery man. The fiery man. Yes, sir. Yes. Growlithe. I don't know. Sometimes I act like I'm a silly goose. Anyway, so first up is the Growlithe. Because of the Intimidate, I just say, screw it, and we're just gonna go into surfing. That is the strategy that will occur for this gym and the next one. It's just, I don't know, I feel like surf is something that makes a lot of Pokemon games much easier, because I feel like if maybe there was a fairy, like, you know, a boat that you can travel around with, I feel like that would be much better than like giving the trainer surf, because like surf is just too of a strong move that is used against the last two gyms, right? One is a fire type gym that doesn't set up the sun, and then the other one is a ground type gym that can't really do anything against surf. So it's like, alright, so if that's gonna happen, why give the trainer surf? Because like, it's just too easy. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just spamming surf, and like, because of that, whoa, I'm gonna have to figure something else to say, because whoa, Fire Blast from the Arcanine, it didn't actually die for once, and whoa, that was actually quite a bit of damage. But it doesn't matter, no, because now the AI is gonna Hyper Potion, and then it's still gonna die in 2 turns from surf. Unless I get a crit. Imagine dragons. Oh, a crit. Let's fucking go. Anyways, so that was Blaine. Yes, sir. So yeah, no, it's just, I don't know. I feel like if they would have done, like, I don't mind giving like you surf at the last, like after the Elite Four. No, not after the Elite Four. What am I smoking? After the last rival fight, boom, you get given surf, and then you use surf like one to go through the league, and like maybe you can catch more Pokemon elsewhere with surf. Boom, great, perfect. So then you can do like one last setup before the Elite Four, right? That's cool. But if you're given surf, it just makes it so much easier. I know I'm a broken record, but hey, it is what it is. So I'm just balling and swerving and droping and droping. What is droping? Droping, yeah. I don't know what droping is. Droping. The droping. Anyways, need a queen. Surf. Whoa. Will it die? Yes. Oh, that was a crit. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Anyways. So yeah, now I'm just surfing and cruising to the bruising. Right? That's how the song goes. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. So yeah. Also, I don't know if you're actually like, if anybody's listening, but so I was like looking through, because this was recorded, like the gameplay was recorded like I think 2-3 weeks ago, because I had exams and all that stuff. So I decided to record it. So I don't really remember much from the gameplay. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'll talk about it later. Anyways, first up, the rival fight right after beating Giovanni. So we're just gonna Thunderbolt. It did go for a quick attack, which made it so it did 23 damage to us. But honestly, fine. Next up is the Rhyhorn, which we go into Bobby. Hey, Bobby. and then Bobby is going to Giga Drain and it dies. Yes. The issue of being rock ground and not having high special defense. Next up is Alakazam. So you know what we do with Alakazam. We go into Big Man. The Big Man. You know, Big Man is actually insane. It's insanely strong. Strong. Anyhow, the Body Slam does one-shot the Alakazam. Sorry if I'm yawning. Next up is the Execute. We go into El Perro. El Perrito Lindo. Muy lindo. Que me... Ay no, el huevo me puso a dormir. That is no bueno. So we're just gonna spam Flamethrower till we wake up. We take one Solar Beam into another Solar Beam. Unless we... No, we don't wake up. So yeah, now we take another Solar Beam, but now we wake up. Perfect. So I was able to do some damage to us before we died. Y ahora el huevos murió. Anyway, so next up is the Gyarados. Holy shit, sometimes I say some weird stuff. So now we switch into Jolteon. It's kind of a sus thing. Never mind, it goes for a Rain Dance, which kind of cooks over the Charizard. But whatever. Yes. Yeah, I feel like... Yeah, no, I actually could have stayed in the Thunderbolt, not looking back at it. But I really want to use Drake, and 2 to use its quad weakness against it. Anyways, so Ancient Power doesn't actually kill. That's kind of crazy. I guess we were very under level. Like literally, I think if I would have been like 1 level higher, it would have died. So yeah, that's how we beat the rival before the Elite Four. Alright, focus up. Now, time to beat the Elite Four. It was the same team I used against the rival, so nothing really changed. We're gonna just, so first up is Lorelei, I forgot to say that. We're just spamming Thunderbolt, till everybody dies. Ooh, okay, that was kind of smart of me, but okay, that was a crit though, so it's fine. And then last but not least, it is the Jinx, so we're just gonna go into Perruno. It did put us to sleep, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. Unless it goes for like Psychic, but I don't think it has Psychic. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, yeah, no, so that's annoying. I think that this has been the only hard one. So we're just gonna use Spare Song. Okay, that's smart. That is smart. If I'm able to wake up. Alright, perfect. So we're just gonna, swap into Big Man and just gonna do nothing for some time. And just like that, we beat Lorelei. Oh, wait. Oh, damn. That's insane. Body Slam almost killed it. Anyways, that's how we beat her. Next up is Bruno. El Big Boy Bruno. This one, it was actually very easy because I do remember this one. Instead of switching out like an absolute puss boy, what we do is, first up, we set up Leech Seed because I'm part poison, so it's fine. And then we just kind of set up Growths till I am +6, right? Let's see if I am indeed correct. Yes, okay, perfect. So the last growth, and then we're just gonna spam Giga Drain. And everybody just dies. If you're an Onyx, you were hella dead. If you're fighting type, it doesn't matter. It did actually go for an Earthquake, but it did no damage, which... that's nice. The Machamp did wanted to set up like I did, but it didn't really matter because we just OHKO. Anyways, next up is Agatha. Agatha is, I think, a bit harder than Bruno, but we're able to just flinch the Golbat, the Gengar into it dying. We do switch into Drake though, which I think would have been better if I go into Boy. Mainly because, yeah, oh wait, oh, that almost actually killed. It did go for a wing attack at full restore, but it didn't matter because I hit myself. So Drake is out of the fight. We one-shot the. Wow, this is going so fast. Anyways, Arbok. Against Arbok, I don't. So we go into Bobby because when in doubt, just set up Leech Seed. I guess that is just the way to go about things. Intimidate does actually help, so we're gonna Flamethrower, and that killed. Perfect. Next up is the Gengar, so we're just gonna do the same thing. Bite into. Oh, but the second bite doesn't actually kill because of the citrus. It does put us to sleep, but honestly, it's fine. We're gonna put the Thunder Wave. And that Sludge Bomb did damage. Next up is Bobby. Bobby is gonna do the same thing as earlier, just set up Leech Seed, and we go into Big Man without. What the heck? Alright. That was, I mean, it's still a useful turn because of the Leech Seed. But anyways, so we're just gonna Surf. It dies to the Leech Seed. And last but not least is the Hunter. The Hunter sets up a curse, which makes it so we are guaranteed to kill it. And then last of the Elite Four is indeed Lance. Lance, I feel like honestly was the hardest fight overall in the league. And that I am indeed counting the champion. Anyways, so Jolteon, Thunderbolt one-shots the Gyarados. Next up is Dragonair. We switch into Baby for the Ice Beam. The Outrage does actually very little damage, I'm surprised. We're able to one-shot the Dragonair. Next up is the Aerodactyl, so we're just gonna use Surf. Ancient Power is super effective and does get the Omni Boost, so that's kind of scary. But let's see if we can still one-shot. We are 2 levels above it. We don't. It goes for a Hyper Beam. Puts us at 49 HP, but we're able to kill it. The crit would have been nicer on the previous one, not now, but hey, it is what it is. Next up is another Dragonair, so we're just gonna play it safe and set up the Leech Seed. The party is no longer protected by Safeguard, so that's nice. So now we can, what's the word? We can, status it. Anyways, the dragon, we switch into Big Man. The Dragonair paralyzes us, but we're just gonna goes for Outrage, but Outrage is base 90 in Gen 3 for some reason. So Body Slam just straight up kills. Next up is indeed a Dragonite. Wait, that's the ace, right? Actually, wait, was this fight even hard? I mean, it was just, I don't know, man. I don't know. Next up, the Outrage almost actually killed us. That's insane. So we have to switch out because of it. I guess it was close in that sense. Like it put me to woohoo territory. You know what I mean? But because of it being confused and all that stuff, wow. I'm really trying to rest and it's not letting me. Alright, perfect. We're able to get our health back, and because of that we're guaranteed to win here. We Sleep Talk and it goes for rest. We Sleep Talk again, and this time we Body Slam, and because of that we kill. Perfect. Yeah, no, the Elite Four wasn't that hard actually. I guess Agatha might have been the hardest one. Anyways, so the champion. We Ice Beam the Pidgeon. Baby actually here goes insane. Then we Surf. And then we the Ice Beam kills the Executor, so that's pretty freaking cool. Next up is the Alakazam, so we have to go into Big Man. It did set up a Reflect, and we toxic it, but because synchronized we're also toxic, so we just rest, get rid of it, and just wait for the toxic to do its thing. The body slam and toxic almost kill, so because of that it's gonna go for the full restore. We actually get insanely lucky and actually toxic back. We wake up, but it's honestly fine because now we can just body slam and kill anyways without needing the toxic. Next up is the Gyarados, so we're just gonna Thunderbolt it. Honestly, the moveset, maybe it's the AI, but the moveset isn't really that good. And then this is the final showdown between Charizard and Aerodactyl, and the Aerodactyl just one-shots. So yeah, that was pretty good. It was a deathless league, so that was pretty. I'm pretty proud of it. Pretty happy. Anyways, so yeah, hopefully this comes out a week or two after. What's it called? A week or two after the evolution one. No, I think it'll be a week. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so this team will end up going to Hard Gold. Oh no, it was not Hard Gold, Emerald. Yeah, so the next game we do go into is Emerald. Personally, I've always just done better in Emerald. Maybe it's because I've played it so much. So yeah, it'll be a fun team to take to Emerald. Honestly, I feel like they could take on Emerald. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you in Hoenn.